Hello, hello. What am I doing? I'm over here looking at my phone through my messages and stuff. Maybe me, maybe. Might be, maybe. Oh, we.
Oh, hello. Here's the
What
quest
up?
list.
Shit. Quest list. The subquests. Are the subquests the same?
I'll be here if you need me.
What? What should I do?
Welcome!
Monster broth. Thick, gooey. I just threw up in my mouth.
What would you like to do? These are the available quests. Having trouble choosing? You know, I sometimes have trouble deciding what to make for dinner, too. So what I usually do is I go out of my way to make the most difficult dish I can.
The most difficult dishes, you say? I suppose I'll just finish all this shit.
I wish you luck.
I wish you luck. What? Alright, let's see here. That little rabbit. The little bunny. Fire. Blast. Internal resistance. So, I mean, 3-star means he's very, like, he has resistance. Like, he has 3-star resistance. So the 1-stars would be the ones you would want to go for, right? I'm looking at this one at poison, but if I went to go blast, internal resistance, it's like really high. Next resistance threshold 3, I guess. Maximum resistance. Okay. Natural buildup, degradation, and damage. Huh. So it kind of says the same thing, but damage is high. Internal resistance, next. Yeah, I mean. Effect duration is low. So he could get poisoned. I'm assuming he can get poisoned. So 3-star, now looking at it like 3-star, you could fuck him up with some poison. That's a total damage. You're getting like a good amount of damage, maximum resistance, you know. I don't know what maximum resistance mean. That's for like him resisting me from capturing him. Like I'm not quite sure. But stun's the same. Blast. Maximum resistance, he has none. Internal resistance, he's getting fucked. Natural buildup, degradation, and damage. And then fire, huge damage. Internal resistance. It's thunder and fire on here, so fire's a 2. I mean, fire has the most on this one, other than sleep. But I think every monster can like has sleep shit problems. They could sleep. You could put them to sleep. I'll just use my fire. Alright, what am I gonna eat? Increases damage dealt by kunai. Prevents you from getting knocked on your butt. Marksman. Increases the power of your shots and arrows. Huh. Some of these have 2 now. Never really noticed that.
Time to go.
There's the target.
Making progress. For my best knew I could count on you.
Wow. Navi.
Take me off now. Who's up for walkies?
Amazing! Amazing!
Bye-bye. For my best pal. You're done for! Oh my!
What a little hole.
Moved somewhere else.
stupid.
Don't take this personal. Careful!
Got him.
Here it comes!
Ah, I forgot you could throw that ass back. Oh shit.
Say goodbye! I'm going after it! Too easy! You won't be needing this. Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Pip pip. Let's go.
Doing great! Move yourself! You're done for! Thanks, buddy. Here comes the pace! You're my best pal. Don't take this personal! I'll be gentle. Promise.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh. Okay. Kaido. Nah, that ain't good enough. fucked it
Stay
up.
down. Too easy. This just won't do.
Good shit, Navi.
Say goodbye. Better follow it. I knew I could count on you. Yeah. Here it comes. From the top.
And that, my friends, is how you do it, baby.
I let myself go there a bit. Yeah.
Yeah! Kaido. Very much appreciate that follow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Joe, dependable as ever. And Joe, ho ho. Depends. Three guild tickets.
Welcome to the hub. Come back anytime. How can I help you? Which quest would you like? Until next time.
It's a good day for a hunt. Don't forget to eat. Sweet, a chair.
Sweet, a chair. What is this? Oh yeah, that's that other shit.
Do you go for flavor, appearance, or effect? It's always so hard to choose. Sure thing.
Time to go.
That guy. Let's see. Ice. Oh, water. It's gonna be a big one. Shit. Duration. Fire it is. I mean water it is. My items.
Let's go.
Yeah, my 59 followers on Twitch. Damn. He's all the way over there. Huh. Do I know where I'm going? What is that? Fire. Fire herb. Look, there he is.
Keep it busy. Found it.
That's a good start.
Whoa, he actually stunned me. Pretty slow. Can't be countering that shit. Like, last second at the time. Oh, he farted on me. Release that stank. Get your bitch ass up. What the hell did I hit? Of course. Let's go get it. Let's fucking do it. Do-do, do-do. This guy's just hopping around.
Good job, buddy.
It's the way a pro hunter works, dude. What did you say?
Welcome. Mm-hmm. See you later.
Okay.
I've got some good deals for you.
Jackpot,
Ooh, that's quite good.
I guess.
Have a look around. Coming right up. Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you.
How are you today?
What's up, man?
Jay,
What's going on? I was
did
about
you
to just text you
come in here specifically?
because I'm streaming. That's the only reason why I'm in here.
To me, don't
I
lie to
just
me.
I just figured I'd set a good habit, for like everyone who's like, cause TikTok's really weird about like saying shit or whatever, and I don't want to like restrict the boys from saying something that they want to say or whatever. If they come on the stream and talk or whatever, then I'll just let them know. Don't say, this or whatever. But I'm
Oh,
just using it. That's all. There's no
I wanted to
really
drop.
other reason than that.
I wanted to drop my N bombs in your chat. Just kidding.
No, you're gonna ban me on Twitch.
You're gonna ban
Eh,
me on Twitter.
They're gonna ban me on Twitch, Facebook, fucking YouTube. They're gonna ban me on all those platforms.
Please.
I just don't want like, yeah.
No, I feel that. I honestly thought you came in here for other reasons.
No, I'd usually just join Cole. Cole, you would. I'll just sit there, just listening to Cole until he leaves. Usually, but because I'm streaming, I'm just like, I don't know what he's gonna talk about. I'll just in here, just do my hour stream, hop off, and then play Monster Hunter with the boys, and talk like a filthy Frank.
Filthy Frank, a filthy scum, filthy
Yeah.
piece of fucking.
Yeah, because people can't talk like Filthy Frank did back in the day.
Have a look.
Oh hell.
You get
There's no
you get
Frank.
canceled and shit.
Oh, big facts. Well,
Come
it's a
again.
good thing we can talk about dabs on the bus, on the streams.
On the streams.
What do you want?
I'm about to smack a fat boy.
Come to me if you need
brother.
new gear. How are you doing?
'Cause I told you, right? I brought my fucking bong with me.
Did you? No, I didn't know you did that.
Hammer's
because-
ready.
You heard how I had to go to fucking Florence last
Yeah.
night, right? Like last minute. So I was like, fuck this job, bro. I'm just gonna bring my bong and my dabs and my blowtorch with me. So I brought it with me. So now for this evening, I'm gonna be super cooked. Oh, I shaved too because I
I'm
gotta
glad.
get ready for this wedding on Friday. Like,
Did you make it back already? Or
no,
I
I
mean,
don't.
Waste makes waste. Take all the time you
I
need.
mean
Like
like
home?
from work. Yeah. No, just from
Yeah.
to like your hotel. You're still working?
Yeah, bro. Look, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Watch my little stream real quick that I'm putting on the bus. I'm in my hotel parking lot, and do you see that building right
Yeah.
in front of me?
Uh
That's where I'm working at right now.
huh. Oh, okay.
So I'm literally like, I could walk to the facility, so I'm not even. But yeah, see, I brought the shit with me. Got the dabs right here, so I'm good. I'm about to fucking get cooked.
Gonna start feeling real tired.
Yeah, I'm about to feel real sloppy.
Real goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Can I can't upgrade this shit, motherfucker. What the hell? That looks tight as fuck. The K Captain Blade 1? That's tight.
What are you playing? Monster Hunter or Elden Ring?
I'm playing Monster Hunter right now. This is the first time streaming the Monster Hunter Rise on the stream. I've been playing so much of it, I was just like, oh man, maybe I'll start streaming it. Now that I get into like the interesting part. Cause I had to do all the beginning stuff. This game's been out already, and people probably already saw all that shit.
How long has that game been out? The one y'all are playing?
I think it came out like this year. I think it came out like in the beginning of this year.
Okay, well that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too old. But like
Yeah, that's
when it comes to the internet, you know, you know there's already those fucking streamers. They
oh,
already got that content there, you know.
oh yeah, they annihilated this game already.
Oh shit, I can make this now. Did I make this already? I wish it told me I did. I was telling Richie to hop on. How before you texted me, I was like, "Are you home from work? Hop on." He's like, "Why did you jump in that other chat?" And I was like, "It's because I was streaming. I'm streaming right now. It's called streaming, by the way. So if people hop in, you know, they already know, like, I am streaming. I'm not using you as content. You came in here on your own volition, you know, whatever." Yeah, and then you
I honestly
texted me.
thought, yeah, I
No.
honestly thought it was for that reason, just because you're
No.
because of the screenshot I sent earlier. I thought that's
Yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
what. Like, dang, he's taking it to the next level. He's gonna make this man keep waiting.
No, bro, I've done it before where I'll see him and Spoon and like Interpol talking in the back of the bus or like an emergency exit, and then I'll just like I'll jump in one of the other chats or whatever, and then like I'll start streaming, and then sure enough they just join like, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing, just streaming, you know, just chilling." So I like it when they just join my chat. I won't join them to bother, cause then I have to tell them like, "Oh, you know, watch your language." I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, you know, jumping in the bus, you know. I could
Yeah,
jump
you can
in
never be
the
too
wrong
sure.
time and then get canceled, you know, midstream.
Yeah, you can never
That's
be.
why I want to use this more, you know, so like the boys can feel safe, you know, to say
No,
whatever they
absolutely.
have to say in the front, the exit, and the back, you know.
No, that makes sense.
But if Cole wanted to come in here and talk to me about WoW, you know, I'll let him, and I'll be here to listen. I won't have it. I might have like one or two things to add to it, but I don't know anything about WoW.
It's a time-consuming game, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you'd probably like it,
What do you need?
but you have to play it.
It's just like it's because I tried getting into Final Fantasy with Richie. I was playing Final Fantasy Rebirth with Richie. Don't ask me which one, because I don't remember. You'd have to ask him. But I remember playing that one, and it was a grind. I mean, they described it almost like as uh, WoW, or whatever, but not
No need
really.
to hurry. There's plenty of
And
time.
I was like, those kind of RPG games, I was like, it's just the platform of it. Like, I'm surprised I like Monster Hunter because it's also kind of like one of those games where you have to like grind your level and then I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain.
Now you gotta farm stuff, and you gotta grind, and you gotta level, and you gotta build mat. You gotta get mats to build items.
Hmm.
Literally, that's WoW. That is what WoW is at the end of the day. But you gotta remember, WoW did that shit back in 2002.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
they've
they
been on
really.
that shit.
Well, but that's why WoW will always be the most popular of the genre. You know what I mean? Because it literally, and honestly, playing all those types of games, WoW is the best of those games for sure. It truly was, but it's fun playing with friends. It's a grind, man. You'll fall behind real quick. You will fall behind real fast. But how Alec and Colton them were talking about Lich King, this is like perfect for anybody who's never played WoW before because it's like you can just queue with other people randomly. That's not how it used to work back then. In the other two, the first two, TBC, which is the Burning Crusades, and Classic, which is just wow. You had to come in with your 5-man stack. You know what I mean?
Come in with the to-go boys, you know, the boys that you hit the
Yeah,
squad with, you know, like
yeah.
you couldn't queue up with anyone else. That was like your alliance or whatever.
Well, no. There's still your two sides, you know, Alliance Horde. But what I'm saying
Oh
is,
yeah,
say you and I went into a dungeon. It
yeah.
would be you, Alec, Colt, Richie, and myself in a dungeon. That's who we have to complete it with. If we wipe, it's a wipe, bro. And if one of us has to go, it was not as easy as fucking looking for a group or finding just a fifth to join us. You know, it's like and then you have to start it all over because that person who's joining loses XP. You know, you don't do a dungeon. WoW was one of those games you don't do a dungeon to help somebody out at the last quarter. There's no point in you being in it, you know what I mean? So it's one of those, like, you're either doing it from the beginning to the end, or you're not really benefiting.
You know, I get you.
It's one of that, or if you're just literally specifically grinding one boss for a drop or a gear piece drop. But that's way more in between. That's fewer and farther in between, honestly. It's still a fun game, man. It really is. It's definitely more technical than Monster Hunter. That's for sure.
For sure. Have you played Final Fantasy Rebirth?
I don't even know what Rebirth is. Is that the 7 remake?
I know it's like
Or
I
is
know
it
the
Final Fantasy
I know like the
8?
Rebirth franchise with Final Fantasy has always been like an online multiplayer aspect of Final Fantasy. It was like it was the lore of the Final Fantasy world, but just online.
But I'm saying, are you talking Final Fantasy 14, like the big MMO that they made, the newest one, or the one that's the most popular for their
Maybe,
multiplayer?
possibly. I think so, yeah.
Oh,
It's like a
Rebirth?
super high number, yeah. It could be 14. Like I said, you're gonna have to talk to Richie about it. I remember telling him I bought it, and like I had to make a fucking Square Enix account just to play it or whatever, and the paying for it just like monthly was another thing I didn't like about the game.
Oh yeah, if you're paying for a monthly, that was 14 for sure.
Yeah. Richie paid for it to get me to play, and I was like, I liked it for a while. Like the grind wasn't too bad, but then it was just like doing these dumbass side missions so you could be high enough level to go do a dungeon or whatever without losing your shit.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the Final Fantasy 14, the game you're playing, that you played, is literally a copy pasta of WoW in the sense of what an MMO is. They're all copy pastas. That is WoW. That's how WoW is. Just imagine WoW, Final Fantasy with shittier graphics. That's what WoW is.
Yeah.
But the difference is, man, is like because you were probably only playing with Richie, is why the game got stale.
That's true. It was just me, Richie.
Games you have to, in those kind of games, you have to make friends with people on the server, so you can always have something to do. Because there's so many ways to level up. You can go do old dungeons to level up. You know what I mean? That you actually find fun, to where you're not just out in the field killing shit. You know, so it's like that's what made us stick to WoW so much. And plus, there's raids. You know, WoW has something that nobody else has, which was the raids. You know, 40-man raids, dude. 25-man raids. Do you know how sweaty that shit gets? That shit gets mean, dude. And them bosses are not dropping. You know, them villains do not just drop.
They're pretty tough, dude. Like,
yeah.
That's
and it depends on what class you play.
Yeah.
You know, WoW has a lot of classes.
I think in Final Fantasy, I went with like the Marauders.
That was your faction?
Yeah, that was my
Or-
faction.
Well, what kind of class did you pick? Like, what were you? Were you a swordsman, an archer, a
I think I was
mage?
like a fighter or something.
Okay, so you were a DPS, essentially. You were
Yeah,
just damage percent.
DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
wanted to
mean,
go as like a tank or something like that. And then I think I wanted to switch it to like fucking Lance or something. But I couldn't. I don't think I was like high enough level to switch or something. I forgot. I didn't get
yeah.
high leveled. I think like towards the end, Anthony was playing too. Anthony played a little bit. It's like, oh,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
play with you guys.
Oh, no doubt.
But he saw that I was a
Uh,
scrub, and then he saw that Richie just kind of played by himself, so we all kind of stopped playing. That's where the cookie crumbles.
Honestly, man, if you were to play one of those games, and I know you and Richie are like best buds, but in those kind of games, man, you should play with Alec. Because Alec is believe it or not, Alec is very good at helping. Like, so you could understand the game and kind of get you going to where you could play that game with nobody else on and you'd be fine playing with just random people. Like, he gets you to understand the game. And then, of course, if you're playing, Alec will get on with you, like, always. You know, Alec's that kind of player. He'll be like, all right, EJ, let's go do that then. He'll ask you what you need to do, you know, and he'll help you quest and stuff like that and teach you more things like, hey, do this, or you should think about going this, or he'll give you the websites to use to build your character better. You know what I mean? Like, Alec's very, very proficient at that Alec has got like Rain Man when it comes to MMOs. He's really good with the percentages and how the game mechanics work, how roles work and things like that. So like he's really, I mean, look at him in D&D. Like he grasped the concept of the like rules and everything faster than everybody else did. You know, those are the kind of games Alec really loves to play, or character building games. Because like if you
That's very
played with
true.
me, I could not help you if you played with me. I'd be like, I'll help you kill shit, but I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Alec gave me this website, and this is what I'm going off of for my character. I don't know your character. Like, that's how I am in these games. I'm like, I'm selfish, and I only can handle me. Like, that's it.
I could see that with Alex and you. Yeah, for sure. Alex
Oh,
is
yeah.
really good at that. But I'm kind of like the same way. Like, I don't know. I just bloodthirsty when it comes to game. I just want to hack and slash, kind of just that. Yeah, deal damage, take damage is usually the way I want to go, fast and hard, you know.
Oh, yeah, bro. Then you'd be a crazy ass, like, rogue or a fucking hunter. Like, because a hunter gets its pet and he's a ranged DPS. And, like, hunters do, like, the most fucking damage. They just slap people. Like, I played a rogue in WoW. So that's dual swords, like, dual wielding, and just fucking fast hitting and just ganking things, dude. Like, Alec was, you know, the mage, and Colt was a paladin. So, in a sense, he's a tank. And then Kat is a healer. Anthony was a tank. Alec plays heals or mage, you know. Julian usually plays whatever Julian wants to play, but that's the other honestly, that's the other if you want to play with somebody who would be all about your character, Jams would literally be like, he would literally hold your hand through all 80 levels of your character, and Jams is okay doing that. You'd be like, all right, EJ, let's come with me over here. We're going to get you your this and this strictly for your character. You know what I mean? Like, he will do whatever it takes to get you leveled for your character. Like, doesn't matter if he's outclassed or higher than you. He'll sit there. He'll even farm with your ass, bro. He'll farm and skin pelt with you just so you could get whatever you're needing, or, you know, leather working. Because WoW's very big on your professions and stuff, too. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
so
yeah.
there's people to play with, but I mean, if it's not your kind of game, it's not your kind of game. I mean,
I don't know. MMOs have always been tough for me, dude. MMOs have always been really It's just the format of the game, I guess. I don't know, cause like it would you would consider like Monster Hunter like an MMO
No
technically,
kidding.
right? Just with less
I mean,
jobs. It's just one job.
but I mean, is it a massive multiplayer online? Can you go out into the world and PvP people, or is it just a PvE server?
It's
Can
just
you just like,
PvE. You can
but
only
can you
play with
ran?
players with other monsters. You can't really. That would be pretty tight, honestly. Like I don't know why they wouldn't have like these tournaments between monster hunters. Like okay, these guys can slay monsters, but watch them slay each other. You know, I mean, I think that would be pretty cool for Monster Hunter, but nah, it's not like that. With all
No,
the
but what I mean
weapons and
is just
shit.
like, is it an open world to where you just go in the world and there's, say for instance, there's over 5,000 people on the world you're playing on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you run past people all the time when y'all three are playing, or is it just y'all join a lobby and it's just you three in that lobby? Everything else is NPC.
Yeah, that last thing you said, it's just
Okay,
like that.
well,
Yeah,
well,
because
then
it's
that's kind of co-op. That's more of a co-op game. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're allowed to go in and just cooperatively play with your friends. But WoW's just that way too, bro. Do you realize they make two different types of servers? They make the PvE servers or they make PvP. PvP servers are the ones where it's like you gotta be like, you gotta want to fight people to be on PvP servers because people are gonna come and fight you just randomly.
just
You know,
wanna
but
like.
oh, yeah, it's called ganking. Say you're out there, EJ, you're just fucking killing fucking jaguars, getting pelt. You're like, okay, I only need 30 more, and then I'm gonna go make this badass robe. Dude comes up out of nowhere and just starts fighting you. And you're not bothering anybody. And he just comes out of nowhere, bro, and he's like, fuck this guy, kills
Here's the
you.
quest list.
You know, and you're just like, fuck you. You don't lose your material or anything.
careful
You
out
know, that's
there.
not how WoW works. You just have to go back to your body. You know what I mean? You just have to go back to your, but you're a ghost the whole time. So like, WoW's not one of those games like a survival game where you have to like actually search for your body and you may never find it again. WoW is a game where it's like, you will find your body or else you can't play the game. You know, like you have to go from being a ghost back into a real physical being. So it's like, it's different, but WoW has been around so long that it's got so many add-ons to the game. Like, put it this way, the add-ons are so crazy, EJ, to where like, say you needed to farm like a specific type of animal for a quest, it's telling you I need like 10 legendary feathers off this bird. If you have the
See you
add-on
later.
for it, when you do that quest, your map is literally going to show you where to go get them. WoW is
A
so
chat.
user-friendly now
I'm here for you.
that it makes it for everybody. Anybody can play WoW. They make it user-friendly. It's not your typical MMO where you're just thrown into the world. That's how WoW was when it first came out, right? You know, when it first launched before add-ons and people figured it out, you were just thrown in the world. But that community used to be so rich and full of people that wanted to help that they made these add-ons, like, you know, that allow you to utilize your time better. But again, it's not for everybody. I mean,
If you can't choose,
I always
just
say, because
close
put it
your
this
eyes.
way,
They're not random. They're all
EJ, I didn't play WoW until 2019. That's when I played WoW for the very first time. I didn't play back in the day.
Time's over.
Alec convinced me, he was like, bro, it's classic. They're going back to the original. Jiggy, if you ever wanted to play WoW, this would be the time to play it because it's back to the beginning. And I was like, all right, I'll play it with you. And I'll tell you, EJ, I got addicted. And I stand with Alec in jams. The greatest game ever made in gaming history is World of Warcraft. It truly was a flawless game in so many ways. Like, even to date, the 3 games they've launched in the last 3 years are better than every title that's come out in the last 10 years. WoW is still better than those. Like, their mechanics are good, the character building's good, the world is awesome, the mounts are awesome. The dungeons are awesome. The fucking respeccing's awesome. The auction house. Everything about WoW, it's a game where if you really care about your character, like you start seeing yourself like, okay, I'm enjoying this, you'll find yourself, you'll blink and it'll be 12 hours. And you're like 7-8 levels higher. And you're like, holy fuck, I did a lot today. You know, WoW's one of those games, man, where it can be really, really fucking addicting because it's really good. Especially if you're playing with friends.
That's all.
Like, and you know, when we play WoW, you see us on, we're like on for like 18 hours a day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so you know if you played WoW with the boys on the bus, you're gonna always have somebody to play. You know what I mean? Because somebody's gonna do it. If they're not, fuck.
That's funny. You're making me want to play it. I mean, because if Final Fantasy was like a copy-paste game, just a rip-off of WoW, I'd like to see that, maybe I should start watching videos of people play it.
Oh, that I really like. Of playing WoW? Oh my god. That'll kill your buzz real quick. Because you're like, you don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? Like, if one of the guys, like, if I were to watch a WoW video, I'd understand what's going on, and I'd be, like, when you watch WoW videos, you're looking for specific things in those WoW videos. You're not just looking to see somebody play. You know what I mean? You're looking to be like, well, how do you beat this guy as this guy? You know what I mean? Or how do I get through here with this? You know, like, that's really what WoW videos are for. Like, to me, man, it's one of those, like, when it comes out, because apparently it comes out next month.
That new shit?
Well, it's new, but it's old. It's Wrath of the Lich King. It came out in 2005. Wrath of the Lich King is the most popular World of Warcraft expansion. When it came out, I remember my brothers were playing it, my brother's best friend was playing it, Julian was playing it, fucking Alec was playing, everybody was playing Wrath of the Lich King. Wrath of the Lich King was truly, it could be the top selling game, like MMO of all time. Wrath of the Lich King.
Why did they get rid of it? Did they often like change their shit or what?
New expansion, because that's an expansion. So like World of Warcraft, you get the base game, that's how it started. Then they just keep building expansions to it. So in a sense, like a sequel, but not a sequel, because it was just an expansion, like a DLC essentially. And that's kind of how WoW did it. WoW kind of started the DLC format with the expansions they were making. So, you know, the reason they went away from Wrath of the Lich King is because Cataclysm came out. It's not like they went away from it because they were like, fuck this game, or we're making a new one. It was the new expansion came out, you know? Because every expansion of WoW has always brought a whole new area, 2 whole new classes, and a bunch of different changes. So like every expansion, you're getting a new kind of class, a new kind of race, and a whole new world to explore. World of Warcraft, bro, is truly a big fucking, like, it's massive. There's like, by the time you get to current, like even TBC, bro. TBC, where you're at in TBC, it's literally 2 separate continents. 2 continents, bro. Like full on like continents. Like, but if you don't have a mount, you're walking. You know what I mean? So it's like, playing that game is it's not easy, but it, like in the sense of like the travel, but it is one of the most, it is definitely the most fun game I've played in a very long time, and it was super engaging, and there's a lot of reward to it, man.
Is the traveling really that bad?
No. The traveling's not bad unless you're choosing to walk on foot to get everywhere. Because you don't have to walk on foot. By level 30, you get a mount. And then at level 60, you get a flying mount. But even if you can't do that, there's fucking summoning stones. So say like, EJ, I was like, let's go do this dungeon. Oh, I'm over here. I'd be like, don't worry, me and this other guy are gonna summon you with summoning stone. And we can literally summon you, and you would just accept the invite, and it would shoot you right to the summoning stone with it. Or you can take these zeppelins, or flying ships, or actual boats in the water. Like, there's ways to travel through World of Warcraft to where you're not walking everywhere. but it's a massive, bro, because you have to pretty much level up, so you're playing within that continent. So in a sense, you are walking everywhere, because every area within the continent is a different level range. You know what I mean? So say the top of the continent's level 1 to 10. Right underneath that's level 30 to 40. But then you look to the left or the right of that, of where you started, and those are level 15 to 20s, you know? So like you can branch out and go to these different areas that match your character's level. And then eventually you'll realize you're at the very bottom of the continent because you're at level like 50 where you need to be to do it. You know what I mean? And it's just, they did it really well at spacing it out to where you're not bored, if that makes sense. To where you don't get bored with seeing the same shit. They constantly make you change regions to go do different things. Like, I'm not gonna be a cult to talk about it for 3 fucking hours. I'm just gonna say if you like games like just building a character, man, WoW is truly the best game for character building. Like for even if you wanted to play by yourself, you could play WoW by yourself. You really could. It just sucks because dungeons are the most fun part about the game. Because that's where all of your classes come into play. You know what I mean? Where you're not just a player, you're of importance. Because every dungeon is a 5-man dungeon. Well, there's 10 mans, but that's later on and later. But say you started, you do a 5-man dungeon. So in a 5-man dungeon, you need a tank, you need a DPS, and you need a healer. Those are the 3 main things you need. After that, the other 2 are optional. But what it's going to be, is it going to be an off tank? Is it going to be a secondary DPS? Is it going to be a secondary heal? Or is it going to be a fucking main who's an AoE range DPS or a hunter? So, you know, like me, I played a rogue. I was an assassin, essentially. So, like, if the squad, say we all got wiped, I didn't want to fight. Because I could just straight fucking damage and go invisible and hide and wait for y'all to come back and be done. You know, like, but it's one of those things where, like, I could technically CC, which is crowd control. I could CC a mob as a rogue. So say we're fighting, how WoW works, bro. WoW is so intricate to where, like, you could be fighting in a dungeon, but you're not trying to pull everything in the dungeon, which pulling means everybody aggroes. Every NPC that you're supposed to fight in there aggroes, then everybody's dead. So, like, there's certain, like, mobs that literally just kind of patrol. They're called patrol NPCs, essentially. So they'll come by and patrol a room, so you gotta kill a mob quick before they get there, or they'll fucking run into the fight because they'll get brought into the aggro. So me as a rogue, what I would do is I'd go over there and I'd like blind and sap them to where I'd knock them out for like 15 seconds to where Julian and Alec and them could fucking kill the mob off, and then we could start on that one. You know what I mean? Like, I could unlock doors for people. I could pickpocket. I could do so many things and get us to secret areas or quicker paths based off my class. You know, like Julian was a prot warrior, so he was a tank. So Julian can literally go in anywhere and just slap people down and literally take the hits. You know, so every class is, that's what makes MMOs super fun, is you build your character like you're playing single player, but when you play with your friends, you're that crucial. You're important. You matter, you know? It's not one of those where you're going to get carried. It's one of those you have to do your job with the team or everybody fails. You know what I mean? Everybody's important. So it kind of balances egos out. You know what I mean? So even Colt, when he plays WoW, he can't sit there and be like, I'm this, I'm that. It doesn't work that way. He can't be I'm this, I'm that. He needs everybody else as well to be working, or he's going to die. You know, so WoW is a very team-based game. It's a very play with your friends game in moments, but it's also very single player when you're not doing dungeons, when you're just fighting shit out in the world.
Good luck.
So it's like a mix.
You.
It's a balance. And then there's PvP. If you like just fucking people, there's PvP, where you can go to an arena and play capture the flag and fucking control and fucking Slayer and shit like that. And there's separate gear for PvP. Like, you play more PvP, you get PvP gear. You know, so like there's really cool things that WoW implemented back in the dinosaur era of games. When we were still playing PlayStation 2 and fucking Xbox Original is when WoW was pumping out this shit. So it's not to say that Final Fantasy is a knockoff copy pasta. It's just Final Fantasy used to just be a single player, you know, turn-based RPG. You know, we all know Final Fantasy from where it was. They made 14 because that's where the RPG world's at now. People want to play MMOs.
That's
so they
true.
made one. And honestly, the one you were playing, 14, is fucking phenomenal.
It was
It's
fun.
Good
Like,
fucking MMO. The only issue is too many goddamn cutscenes.
yeah,
Wow,
a long cutscenes. I remember that. It was a lot of cutscenes and they were long. Like they were impactful with like information and shit.
Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Which Final Fantasy doesn't have long, awesome-looking cutscenes. WoW doesn't have that. WoW does not do that. You beat a boss, that's it. You get the reward and you leave and keep going. The only fucking cutscene you're gonna see is the beginning before you log in if you wanna watch it. Like the game intro, fucking one. That's it. Other than that, you're playing the game. So that's kind of why people like don't care for Final Fantasy is there's more cutscenes than there is gameplay, it feels like.
Ready for
WoW is straight all gameplay. But it's not to say Final Fantasy's bad because that game's fucking dope. 14 was dope. It was clean. I love the graphics. I love the fucking transmogging. I loved everything about the game. The game was cool. But I will say WoW's still better. I like a landslide WoW's still better. Like, again, I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm
You
just
are.
saying, if
You're doing it. It's
No.
working.
Oh, well, if you want to play it, awesome. Well, why I'm saying I'm not selling you on it is because, quite honestly, EJ, the only way I'd play WoW is if, like, you, Richie, and Nesto and Caesar got on because y'all never played. So it's like, oh my God, people like me, we can play together, you know? But if I'm going with Alec and them, I give up after a while because I'm like, these guys are too min-max. They are too fucking min-max. Like they're trying to literally create the best characters of their class and stuff. That's how they play the game ultimate. So,
Yeah.
but to play with y'all would be fucking fun because then it's like, what do you need to do, AJ? All right, let's go do that. You know, and again, it's not to say they wouldn't, but there comes a certain point where it's like you'll get on, you'll be like, hey, Alec, help me with this. And you'll be like, I can't. I'm about to do a raid. And you're like, oh, fuck. Because you know that means the next 3 or 4 hours of their life are gone.
That's
Raids
true.
are not like 15 minutes. They're like 4 hours long, dude. We did a raid that lasted 9 hours.
That's crazy.
Oh, that tells you how bad our guild was. No raids, 9 hours, dude. That's just how bad our guild was.
What was it? Healer not healing, or and the tank
Oh,
wasn't
all of
tanking?
All around, DJ. It was all around. Because, like, you have a raid kind of like a guy who understands the raid and the mechanics better than anybody, so he leads the raid. So it's one of those, like, you do clear comms. You don't say shit until, you know, it's time to actually work. But, like, he was just telling us, we need y'all to stand over here and do this, and do this. And getting, like, Jams killed, and Jams is a mage, you know? So he needed to be alive. You know, he needs his mana. Cat's a healer. Cat was getting killed. So it wasn't just a matter of the healers weren't healing. The healers couldn't heal because somebody else. It's a trickle-down effect, right? It's snowball. That's how WoW works. If a tank dies, everybody's going to die out of that. Because who's going to aggro that fucking monster? You know, a boss with like 1 million health. You're not going to fucking beat it. You're all going to die and then you have to reset. So it's like, wow, there's many variables to why the dungeon failed. We were just in a very shitty guild, bro. Like a super shitty guild. So it just wasn't worth it. And when we finally beat it, like Jams and Cat were like, oh my God. Like for me, for my character, because this was my very first time doing a raid EJ, and I got all of my best gear, which is best in slot. So for my character in the game, I did that one raid, and I got everything that will take people months to grind for,